I didn't know what to do after college in 2013. I found life dull. Eventually, I became a grocery cashier. I always went to the grocery shop in my work uniform in the morning. From behind the register, I welcomed customers. Daily labor was monotonous and low paid. My supervisor asked me to cover a sick coworker on a weekend. I was disappointed since I wanted to have fun throughout the weekend. I was driving to work when my phone randomly rang. Since answering the phone while driving was risky, I checked the caller ID. The red indicator was there for 2 seconds, but I missed it. My accelerating car hit a truck. In slow motion, I lost control of my car. Smoke and wood smoke filled the air. The view outside was cloudy, so I stayed in the car. My entire body hurt in severe pain. I appeared in a dazzling light as I was ready to faint. The light's soft energy filled me like it was cleansing my sins and replaced them with love. This love was unlike anything I had ever felt on earth. I try to describe this love since it was stronger than anything I had ever felt. What I thought was my parents' genuine affection seemed trivial. This love accepted me without judgment and made me feel safe. This may deeply soothe my mind and spirit. I felt limitless sympathy and kindness seeing it that way. It showed me that everyone is unique and deserves love and respect. This changed my view of love. You love someone by giving yourself without expecting anything in return. This taught me that love defines us and binds us to others. I appeared in a white chamber unexpectedly. Instead of irritating my eyes, white gave peace. I shared this room with 3 people. They included a towering person who appeared illuminated. His warm, authoritative glance revealed abundant information. A beautiful woman with a long white robe was the second figure. Her smile provided tranquility, and her eyes were warm and welcoming, like a divine savior watching over all spirits. The third person was a mysterious young man. Despite his deep blue robe, he seemed mysterious. 3 people exuded blissful tranquility. This sublime white area becomes a temple. This chamber seemed frozen in time. The bright light illuminated the room. Someone telepathically connected with me. Instead of speaking, his voice entered my mind. He promised to reveal my past lives. I saw a huge screen as the room's colors faded. Looking back, I remembered my carefree and cheerful youth. I relived that time looking at these photos. Sometimes I laughed, sometimes I cried. I realized that these precious memories had shaped me, and others were influenced by each choice. After the experience, someone asked what I learned. I've said I find it hurtful when my actions hurt others. Instead of hurting others, I prefer to help. After hearing my response, the other person advised me to return to my corporeal self. I was full of opposition. After my car accident, I refused to return. It might be safer to stay here, but I had no idea how horrible it was. I feared injury or after effects. Though I communicated my desires, I knew I had no choice. They told me I needed to get back into my body to learn and grow. They promised to observe me silently. I also realized that staying in this white room would not solve the problem. My family was waiting for me, and these 3 people promised to help. Accepting challenges forced me to face reality. In good times and bad, they promised to support me. As they led, I felt immense strength. I felt like I had woken up from a dream. Everything blurred. Opening my eyes to find myself in bed surprised me. I felt puzzled because I felt like I belonged at a hospital, not home. I was about to descend the stairs to find my father when I heard a man's voice downstairs. However, a strange man was on the phone as I got downstairs. Though we were close in age, I had never seen him. This strange stranger rushed at me, making my heart race. His presence in my home confused me. I searched for him but couldn't find him. I was nervous as the strange man approached, so I threatened to call the police if he got closer. My warnings were ignored, and he grabbed me behind. I shouted to get attention. My response confused him, and he asked, "What's wrong with you?" This true. He claimed to have been my husband for 2 years. He produced a wedding photo from his phone to prove his point. The photo shocked me. I was even more confused and annoyed since I couldn't remember this man or our marriage. He insisted I go to the ER. On my first night in the hospital, the man who had accompanied me on my life review appeared as I questioned my sanity. I asked him, "Is everything that happened here real?" because his look surprised me. Yes, an error put you in the wrong universe, he smiled. He added that each universe is unique. A human may mistakenly visit the wrong universe. He insisted that the white chamber and everything else I experienced were true. Now let me take you back to where you belong, said. He stated I would return to my old self. The man carefully massaged my shoulder, sending a slight thrill through me. All around me blurred as if space and time reset. I returned to the accident site when visibility returned. I arrived to find the truck in bits and police and ambulances cleaning the area. Later, severe pain returned. I had no notion where I was until a firefighter's radio voice came on. He instructed me to hold on and they would remove me immediately. As firefighters chopped metal, I heard their fierce scraping. I struggled to stay awake. After firefighters uncovered part of the car, paramedics hauled me to the ambulance. The ambulance siren lingered in my ears. It hurt so much that I struggled to stay awake. As I looked out the window, the view hazed. The doctors operated on me for over 6 hours after wheeling me in. The doctor informed me I was lucky to survive the crash and had no brain or spine injuries when I woke up in bed. My sister was allowed to see me in the hospital. She told me she was worried about me. Did my hubby go to the hospital? I asked my sister. After her shocked face, she told me I was single. My sister suggested the doctor recheck my head to rule out negative effects. Her concern made me realize my past memories may have been skewed. I started getting tested more often to check for side effects. I began to doubt my sanity as I wondered if the earlier event was real or a delusion. My thoughts were blurred by uncertainty and the urge for solutions. A year after the accident, I heard about the Mandela effect. After becoming interested, I investigated. Parallel worlds may explain the Mandela effect, according to my research. Some speculate that visiting the incorrect universe may cause memory difficulties. Foreign accent syndrome and the Mandela effect were medical terms I learnt. Rare but true, a person emerges from a coma and suddenly speaks a language they've never studied. They may have conflicting memories after returning from another dimension. Neuronal connections in the brain may explain it. I know many don't believe in God and doubt my words. I've never experienced anything more life-changing.